Scott D'Amore should join AEW. So news was reported recently that he went to the WWE Performance Center, and that is phenomenal news. I think Scott D'Amore is a guy in this industry who should absolutely be with the biggest brands in the world. WWE would be very fortunate and lucky to grab him. However, I have one particular issue, and that's that I prefer for him to go to AEW. Now, hear me out. I think AEW, without, it shouldn't even have to be said, AEW is complete garbage. Piss stained water, monkey doo-doo crap. It's just trash. It is just trash. And not even their best guys are really helping out much right now. Kenny Omega wants nothing to do with it, which is another video. I don't want to comment too much on that, but that's a load of crap. Kenny Omega doesn't want to be there. He wants to be in New Japan. MJF is out doing movies. He could care less about AEW right now. AEW sucks, and he can't save it. He's not been doing much to help it out. Will Ospreay is trying his best. Not much is going on there either. And Swerve Strickland is trying his best. Their top guys are they're not able to do much because Tony Khan's a mark and an idiot. And he just refuses to revitalize his creative with a team or consulting with other wrestlers, or I don't know. He's not performing at the level that we remember AEW was in the first 3 years of AEW. And that's coming from someone who's a late fan. It's only been alive for 5 years, but I haven't been that into AEW. I'm just now getting into it. I went back to the old stuff, and I've enjoyed a lot of the old stuff. Now it's just unwatchable. And I think someone like Scott D'Amore needs to be in AEW. Well, not that he needs to be, but AEW needs Scott D'Amore. All right, plain and simple. That's the crux of this video. AEW needs Scott D'Amore. Now, do I think Tony Khan has it in him to put his pathetic mark ego aside to get someone like Scott D'Amore? Probably not. I would love, in my opinion, this is just me, I would love for Scott D'Amore to take the reins over from Tony Khan in one or two regards specifically. And I pitched this idea somewhat along the lines of WWE as well, but I'm going to pitch it here. And I'm going to explain the latter half a little more better because I can understand the discrepancies with it. So obviously the main idea is get Scott D'Amore so he can help with creative on Dynamite and Collision and, the main shows. I kind of had a different idea, although that would obviously be phenomenal. The other idea I had was have him on Ring of Honor. Now, I'm not sure about others, but when I think about AEW struggles, I really seem to think about the fact that Ring of Honor is just a show that's there and exists. And I think it's stupid. And I think everybody else thinks it's stupid. No one watches Ring of Honor. No one cares what goes on in Ring of Honor. And it's just another property that's there. And I think Ring of Honor could use a black and gold era. It could. I think Ring of Honor should be given to someone like Scott D'Amore so he can really show what he's made of. And it can be its own kind of thing. AEW will still own Ring of Honor, but I think there could be so much there in terms of Tony Khan can still run the main roster, although he shouldn't. He should get way more help. He should get a team, a creative team. But Scott D'Amore running Ring of Honor could help in so many ways. Maybe diversify the roster. Send the people that Tony Khan does not want to use, send them down to Ring of Honor so that Scott D'Amore can do things with them. And then there can always be a passing of ideas of, hey, look at what I've done with this wrestler here. Look at what I've established with them. Here's what you have available with this wrestler here as an asset. Here's what you can do with them. I think there's something to be said that Ring of Honor as it stands just exists. And Ring of Honor, for its legacy, should be a lot more than just existing. Scott D'Amore will be loved on the main roster, obviously. Dynamite, I don't care for Collision, but if it has to exist, Scott D'Amore should be very pivotal to changing AEW's fate. Because as it stands right now, AEW's fate is just existing and then dying. And that's pathetic and stupid, because AEW is lightning in a bottle. It is a unpolished, just recently formed diamond. It has so much going for it, and there's so much there. There's so much potential, more potential than WWE. But it's nothing is going on and nothing is happening, and that is extremely frustrating. Extremely. So I don't get it. Let's Tony Khan. I would love for someone to clip this, post it on Twitter or something. If this video even blows up, it probably won't. But Tony Khan, please. You see the reports about Scott D'Amore going to the Performance Center at WWE. Make the call, man. Kill your ego, throw your ego to the side, and call the man. Do it for the love and development and progress and the general scope of seeing AEW being the best wrestling company in the world, and that it being the best company it can possibly be. If you don't want to do it for the fans that you seem to hate, do it for the wrestlers. Please. You have some of the best wrestlers in the world, and it hurts seeing them not be the best versions of themselves because you don't want to book good creative. We need Scott D'Amore in AEW. As fans, we need this. If he goes to WWE is already a rocket ship. They don't need Scott D'Amore. They don't. AEW does. That being said, let me know your thoughts, your opinions. Let me know what you think Scott D'Amore also has to offer AEW beyond just what I think. My thoughts. What else do you think he has to offer? What else do you think he can do? What else do you think he could bring to the table? What would you like for him to do? And yeah, just let me know what you think. Give me your thoughts, opinions. Join the Discord, subscribe, and I'm out. Peace.